Hey, so I was thinking about something you'd probably understand. Remember how, as a kid, every decision was simple, but our goals were huge? Obviously, that's mostly because our world was tiny. We were confident because we didn't know all the obstacles that were in the way. And that's not a bad thing. But the older we get, the more we notice all the steps between us and our goals. The benefit of this is that now we don't have to wait for permission to jump in head first. All this to say, yesterday I turned 24, and it's got me thinking a lot about this. All 100 of you might have seen my last videos and gotten an idea of where I'm heading. I'm not exactly chained down, and because of that, I move a lot. But I've also been trying to introduce some structure into my life. The truth is, I'm not where I want to be. I mean, I am, and a year ago, this is exactly where I wanted to be. But as the year went on, I did everything I set out to do. And every time I did something, my goals would shift further. Because the closer I got to where I wanted to be, the higher my standards got. It's a catch-22. But being so deep in it now, I can see that jumping in head first left a lot of loose ends and caused a lot of wasted energy. And my constant movement makes it hard for me to keep everything in perspective. But in my last video, I mentioned that I wanted to create a vision board because I'm sure you've seen it. Most people use vision boards as a wish list, and that's dumb. So here's the idea. I'm not just throwing together a bunch of random idealistic pictures. I'm sorting my goals into 3 phases: the foundation, the proof of concept, and the big jump. First, I need to address the main issue of my foundation. I lack consistency. I tend to do things only when I'm in the mood, instead of meeting a standard. But the reality is that consistent results only come from consistent effort. So going forward, I'm making a conscious effort towards the foundational parts of my life: exercise, faith, mental health, and study. But once the foundation is laid out, we move on to the proof of concept phase. So this is sort of like a trial run, but it's not a waste because the whole point is to attempt a big goal. But I'm doing it in a way that makes sure that failure isn't the end-all be-all of my career. Something serious but flexible enough to learn from. And in doing so, I can reflect on it and adjust for the final phase. So this last stage is where the big goals are solidified. These are all the goals that have specific numbers, achievements, and experiences that serve as a hard launch for the following year's goals. It's all the big stuff that I can't do without for the next year. And here's the result. I know it's a little atypical, and it's not very pretty, but it's a plan in motion. So the main purpose of this is just to put the big things in perspective. A reminder at a glance of what I'm working towards. And it's up to me, or you if you try this, to connect the dots and to take the steps between. The truth is, people change and goals evolve. But the one thing that'll never change is that I will always